So again, such is the nature, fluid nature of events. We start in a minute or so. Wait for our final guest to walk in, our chief guest to come in, and then we start. Asante. A warm welcome to our chief guest this morning, PS State Department of ICT, Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui. As they get seated, like I said earlier, we'll start with our national anthem and then proceed to a word of prayer. Let's start with our national anthem, please. Can you all please be upstanding?
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tulilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Thank you very much. As we remain standing, let's have a word of prayer. Oh God, we thank you for this wonderful day. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for our country, Kenya, and we pray that you will send your blessings to all of us. Be with us in this gathering this morning and bless us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
You can all have your seats. Asante sana. Once again, like I said, my name is Jeff Mote. I'll be your MC this particular morning. And a warm welcome to the Connected Summit 2023 Partners Breakfast. This is where we reflect on what we did last year and the journey ahead for the summit this year. And at this point in time, I'd like to welcome, once again, the Principal Secretary, State Department of ICT and Digital Economy, Engineer John Tanui, with us. I'd also like to recognize the presence of the ICT Authority Board, also led by Chair, Professor Fred Owino, CEO of the ICT Authority, Stanley Kamanguya. I'd also like to recognize senior leadership and management of the partners in the room this morning, from Telkom, Kenik, MasterCard Foundation, Kinde, Phone, Atlantis, Abno Networks, eMobilis, NGEC, Esri East Africa, Safaricom, Cisco, Oracle, and there are many more, I'm told, who are just coming in even as we go down this list. So if there are other partners who just walked in before we put in that tally, you could just wave your hand, raise your hands and wave from wherever you are for us to recognize your presence as well. Right there at the back, Asante Sana. Thank you for making time to be here as well for this particular event. And even as I look around the room, like I said, it's a journey from where we were last year in Diani 2022 to this particular point in time. And lots has happened in between. For some of you right here, I saw you in Diani last year, enjoying the beach in Bermuda shorts as we talked about the digital economy and endless opportunity. And here we are in suit and tie, charting forward for the next summit in Diani as well. And lots has happened, not only in our personal lives, but also in the space as well. When you see the developments that have come from that particular sector, you're looking at Starlink getting to the continent. What does that mean for the digital economy, not only for the continent, but also specifically for Africa? The future of work. When you look at ChatGPT, I'm told yesterday there are very many people who are trying to ask ChatGPT, what do I get her for Valentine? You know, you don't do the flowers anymore, and ChatGPT has all the answers. And that's where they went for the solutions. But that's where we are now. It's a new world, very many new opportunities coming along. And this is where we actually seize those opportunities and come together both as public sector and private sector and see how we actually use these particular opportunities that we have for the interests of not only our respective sectors, not in a silo, but to come together and make great strides ahead in our sectors as well. And we'll be having those conversations here and networking towards those opportunities. And at this time, I'd like to call upon Thomas Odhiambo, Acting Director, Programs and Standards at the ICT Authority, for the opening remarks. A round of applause for Thomas tafadhali.
The PS, State Department of ICT and the Digital Economy, the Chair, ICT Authority Board of Directors, Professor Frederick Owino, the host today, CEO, ICT Authority, Mr. Stanley Kamanguya, OGW. The Data Commissioner, Madam Immaculate Kasait. CEOs present, captains of the industry, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you here again in this breakfast for Connected 2023. Last time we met for breakfast was for Connected 2022. And we are seeing our familiar faces, and we are gladdened by that because Connected is yours. You've connected Kenya, you've connected East Africa, and now, and maybe this is understated, you're connecting Africa and the entire world. Indeed, when in Connected 2022, the National Digital Master Plan was launched. One of the key flagship projects was the installation of 100,000 kilometers of fiber within 10 years. Our government has told us to do that in 5 years. That's the definition of ambition. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not going to be done by government alone, but by the people seated here. Connected started the journey 2009, and here we are on the 12th edition of Connected 2023. The number 12 has a special significance, and we expect this Connected to be the biggest ever since the Connected journey began. We are saying this because the government agenda is hinged on government digital transformation. That's the key agenda for government, and that rhymes perfectly with the aspirations of Connected since it began. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to now take you through the journey we've walked since Connected started to where we are, to set stage for the conversations we will have, for the stories we will keep telling in Connected and here, in our fireside chats, in Diani, and even during our roundtables here and beyond, as we chat the endless opportunities that the digital economy provides us. And then we will be able to chart a better future for ourselves and our children. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you again to this journey of Connected 2023, and feel at home. Connected is yours. You decide what happens there and how that should happen and when. So welcome very much, ladies and gentlemen, for Connected 2023. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much for that, Thomas. And like you said, it has been a journey, a 14-year journey, by the way, highs and lows, lots of learnings along the way. And as they say, a picture can tell 1,000 words, but a video is 1,000 pictures. So we have a video of the journey from where it was to where we are, and more importantly, where we want to go. So let's play that and then go back to our discussion this morning. A warm welcome to you. Karibu to Diani. Fantastic place. I'm sure you've enjoyed yourself so far. For those who went golfing, I hope you enjoyed the couple of holes that you did. But now we're getting into the meat of the event. We're coming to discuss how to move forward as far as our digital futures are concerned. At this point, I'd like to hand over the program to our moderator, John Olubengo.
What I want to do is give each one of you just 2 minutes. What are you doing at the infrastructure and the service level?
Why do women matter in this digital transformation? What is their importance, especially for our economy and our society?
The first reason is simply because we also live in this world. We do have the gender digital divide,
where women are not benefiting from technology.
What do you think we should do more?
I want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to this very, very important event. We'll be engaging on a serious discussion. We'll be connecting. We'll be sharing ideas. Enjoy yourself as you plan for the next 3 days serious engagement.
So ladies and gentlemen, without much further ado, I know we've been waiting. We have a lot of people who came for the golf tournament, and let's honor them.
I would like to appreciate all of you for turning up in large numbers for this very important event for ICT sector.
It is my pleasure on behalf of the board to welcome you to the Connected 2022.
Connected Power. Connected Kenya Summit 2022 comes at a time when the government of Kenya has made great strides in promoting.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, through my ministry, we have managed to develop a 10-year national digital master plan of 2022 to 2032 to guide the country forward on ICT developments and investments.
Last year, again through courtesy of our partnership with the Ministry of ICT and Ajira, we're able to announce the launch of Restart.
We're very excited with this partnership that we've had for a long time with AWS.
I believe as a country, our consumption of technology is increasing day by day.
Welcome to this edition, which has third and fourth edition for Graduation Kenya Film School. 1, 2, 3.
Our focus in this new phase is going to be on affordability.
Whether it's work, study, play, we're doing that virtually. And yet not all of us are able to do it because of a lack of affordability.
The other thing we need to address is the whole issue of coordination at the county level and at the national level.
We're going to ask David Bonet to tell us the ideal environment.
One YouTube video leads to the next.
You have the 400 million.
For me and for us as Huawei is to try and make sure that the problems that are being
what regulations or what are you putting in place
in his business? So be serious about it.
We don't just do hardware at CBC Store. We're doing hardware.
Comes the moment, comes the time where we get into the awards as well. It's a gala dinner, but you're awarding a lot of effort right across various sectors.
The second runners-up of schools with highest utilization of DLP devices goes to Homa Bay County, Rachuonyo North.
We had a very tough time trying to figure out who had the best innovative and creative solution, but we had to pick a winner. So without much ado, the winner that we selected for this year's Innovative Award was a CBC Store. Very well done.
A round of applause, please, for the ICT Authority, over a decade making sure they host and have these conversations between various sectors and making sure every single time they build on that synergy for the next summit that comes about. And that's why we are here again to do exactly that. And also for the partners who make this happen as well. As you saw in the video, even at the summit, there were some of those who came with amazing innovations, and they actually were head and shoulders above the rest in terms of what they brought. We want to listen to their stories today and hear what they've done since then and where they're taking it forward as well. At this point in time, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Frederick W. Kamau from the Creative Based Center and Store Limited, CBC Store. Frederick, a round of applause for Frederick as he comes up.
Good morning. First of all, thanks for the invitation from ICT Authority, and it's a great honor to be here. So, we were the winner for last year's innovation competition that was held by ICTA, and for us, Connected Summit was an eye-opener because we were able to meet a lot of partners who have worked out through the journey from last year until now, where we have quite a growth in the company. So some of the growth for us as Africans, unless we show people, that's when they believe there was some strides made. So from the award money that we won, so we were able to develop another tool for kids to use in schools. So basically, we were able to come up with another robot in which now learners are able to use now for junior secondary school, which has already started this year. So I want to give a vote of thanks for Oracle, is the one that sponsored us. So, and also, we were startups. It catered for all our accommodation, the conference fields, and also our logistics to and fro from Nairobi. So for all the partners, we'd like to tell you that Really Connected Summit is changing the startup arena in the country because a lot of startups are able to be recognized and to be supported all the way. So for all the new partners that have come, we'd like to really motivate you that whatever you are doing, the support you are giving is not going in vain. It's really working and it's really improving the startups that are coming up and the young guys who have really good innovative ideas. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
I really think we can do a better round of applause on that one for Frederick. I mean, look at that robot. With the rapid pace in terms of disruption in our personal, professional lives, academia as well, can you imagine if you went to school and you were learning using that robot? School would be fun, yeah? Looking around the room, I don't think any of us ever got to experience that. I'm still trying to figure out every tax season, return season, around June there, where I will use the log tables that I was using in secondary school. I'm like, where does it apply? You know, I've never figured it out. But this is the future. They're teaching people about robotics when they're really young, and this is where the world will be going. And that's an amazing story from Frederick. More power to you, even as you go and change that academic narrative right there. We also have another award winner from Connected 2022. I'd like to call on stage Mr. Daniel Njio of Gift Pesa. A round of applause for Daniel, please.
Distinguished guests, good morning. So my name is Daniel. I was the second runners-up to CBC. And today I'm very excited. First, thank you very much, ICT Authority, for inviting us here to come and tell us our success story. So we were actually part of the innovators who participated in last year's Connected Summit. And I can assure you that the benefit that we got was quite a lot, particularly for Gift Pesa. We were able to sign up almost all the multinational companies that attended that event, and we have been able to grow our numbers. I remember by then we were about 100,000 Kenyans who are using our services, but now, 1 year down the line, we are now hitting 500,000. It's a big success story. Maybe just to highlight, in Gift Pesa, we are in gifting space where people can be able to buy vouchers using their phone and be able to share with it. This is what it can do to one company. You can imagine now if we have now more partners who can now support maybe like 100 startups. I'm sure Kenyan startup ecosystem is going to change in a big way. Thank you very much, partners, as we look forward for this year's Connected Summit.
Thank you so much for that, Daniel. Of course, just making sure that even when you get into that gifting season, I mean, innovation is everywhere. And I know for your sons and daughters, at times you need to think of what you'll actually gift them. But I'm told, especially in marriages, once you're in the double digits, you're thinking of what you're going to get them this time around. And you can see now AI is also rescuing that particular situation. So, Mr. Daniel, we're waiting for that as well. Anniversaries and yesterday would have been a lifesaver for very many men and women as well. I hear the men have said they are tired of the ties and the socks. Not another vest for Valentine's. They want something else. That is a man who will rescue you. Thank you so much for that, Daniel. Let's keep the program moving at this particular point in time, because up until this point, we've seen what Connected Summit 22 was. What happened there, the innovations, the winners, and the entire event in terms of the video. But now we want to chart our way forward. What's in store for Connected Summit 2023? The partners are here. It's a conversation we're starting right now. And to paint that picture and let us know the lay of the land moving ahead, I'd like to call on stage the CEO of the ICT Authority, Stanley Kamanguya. A round of applause for him, tafadhali.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Our PS, our board chair and the directors present, colleagues and CEOs from various government agencies, our industry leaders and dear partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. Yeah, that sounds better. You know, I was worried because I signed a big check for breakfast. So I was worried why people don't have enough energy. Let me first start by saying that it is such a great honor for the ICT Authority to bring the industry here together, even as we chart the way forward for our ICT agenda as our country. Indeed, when the videos were being played, it really evoked a lot of memories, and I'm sure most of us are just now looking forward to the next Connected Summit, which is coming up in April, 2 months down the line. But really, also, as we engage here today, and I'm challenging colleagues from state agencies under the Ministry of ICT, who we work very closely. I will ask them to kindly just stand up. And also the representative, I have seen an apology from DGCA. The representatives can just stand up. Okay. We have one our colleague from Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, our data commissioner, the only data commissioner in East and Central Africa. We have Engineer Obam from the National Secretariat. We have Mr. Maina from Kenya Broadcasting. He says it is the only broadcasting house in Kenya. I believe that is represented from Konza. The CEO sent an apology, and I believe that is CA. Thank you very much for supporting us. May you please have your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, I will just take us through, because we have gone through the history, Indeed, it has been a long journey, but I'll just take us through some of the things that we are thinking about engaging on in this Connected Summit for 2023. It is the 12th edition of Connected. Someone may wonder why we have done 14 years and only done 12 summits. I think we had a small break where we took time to reflect and re-engage with the industry. And we have seen the level of zeal after we have re-engaged. And now we are even planning, for bigger things as we incorporate our partners from the region, but also in the continent. I'll ask kindly we move just to the slides. I don't know who is, where is the person controlling so that I can see where they are. Okay, fine. Yeah, so, can I get another mic? Hello? Apologies, it's very difficult to present when the slides are right behind me.
Okay, I think we're good. Just allow me to come closer to you for some warmth. I just want to run us through the theme, basically for this Connected Summit. And then we just look at some of the areas where we can partner going forward. So just the person running the slides, please just go to the theme for 2023. Sorry, I am told that I can't disobey the protocols laid out. So it's fine.
Okay, so really, the reason why we are getting together here today is to be able to create for our country a more inclusive and progressive ICT agenda. And I call it ICT agenda because it's not really just a platform. We all know that in our new administration, the ICT sector has been put at the core of running government. And indeed, our PS who is here and our CS who should be joining us shortly has laid out the mandate of unlocking the digital economy. So we are getting here together to really ask ourselves, how do we collaborate with the private sector, join hands with the government to make sure that we realize our desire of having a full digital economy in our country. If you can just proceed. Is it the ICT authority running the slides? So our theme for this Connected Summit, it is digital economy, endless opportunities. And really what we are saying through this theme is we are clear on how the digital economy is going to run. Through our digital master plan, we have identified the key pillars that are going to be the foundational pillars for the digital economy. And thank you very much. And the key pillars which we have identified, one is the digital infrastructure, where we are saying we are going to give broadband access to everyone, including those people who have been disadvantaged from an access perspective. And it will be interesting to note that recently when we try to map out the map of Kenya in terms of fiber connectivity, we realize that connectivity is only concentrated in a very small area of our country. And we have almost 60%, of our country where we don't have coverage. So we really want to provide connectivity to those areas. And even as we do that, we lower the costs of the connectivity. I think the other key pillar which we are driving is the digital services, and we've had His Excellency the President, our CS and our PS talk about the digital services and digitization of government, which we are driving. We have also recently had the Data Privacy Day, because we also want to look at the issues of data privacy and how we keep our citizen data. We also have a very important pillar on digital skills, because even as we open up these opportunities to connect to the internet and we provide access to the internet and to government services, we then also need to empower both the people working in government, but also our citizens to be able to access these services. And then we have, of course, the area of innovation